And we're getting ready for the opening tip-off here. Justin Harmon against Austin Brewer. It's going to be your big man matchup of the night, and it's going to start off won by Brewer as Tulsa comes up with it. And now number 23, Morgan Stacy, going into the paint, rattles around, no good. Rebound is not gathered there by Virgil Salmons, so the defensive lead will go down to Scott. And here we go with Jesse Belcher with the new look Mohawk running the point. We know he wants the attention for it. He's asking us about if we've seen it, so we're giving him the shout out on the Mohawk.
Yeah, he was excited. I got to see him there in school, and he ran over to me and said, "Hey, do I look any different?" To say the least, Jesse, to say the least.
Another good kid. That shot was badly off there by Virgil Salmons.
He was their high man last game too, right? When they played down at Tulsa, he scored 14 points.
14 points, and then off the bench was number 2, Jacob Copley, with 11. He had a big game, so we have to keep an eye on him when he comes off the bench because he can score, apparently.
Well, you alluded to it in the pregame, the skills competition. I don't know exactly who participated in it, but
after they collected their thoughts there, they decided it went to Scott, and here we go, now back with the Skyhawks. Over in the corner, Will Schaefer. End in the corner, down low to Harmon. Shot up, no good. Dave Ward with the put back front rim, no good. Shooting off that back heel there. Marshall Tully out to Jesse Belcher. Belcher to Tully, feeding it down low to the big man. Let him eat and go to the line. They're all some contact, and Tulsa's not a very big team. If you get one of their big guys in foul trouble, that's going to be a long night for the Rebels.
Yeah, you can tell the offensive strategy of the Skyhawks right out of the gate, can't you, Tony? Feed the tree down low.
He is definitely that. He's not just a tree; he's like a redwood.
I'm telling you, the more we get to see him, he's slimming down too, Tony.
He is.
I think he was a little thicker in our season preview.
I just can't get over his footwork at that size. Mostly, you got the size, you don't have the footwork. But he's got them post moves down to an art. He loves that drop step and going over the shoulder to the inside shoulder toward the baseline. And more times than not, that works for him. And he's very good from the free throw line as well. So you can't just hack him. He'll make you pay.
Well, you make 2 free throws. Kingery must have saw something that he wanted to talk to him about, Tony, because he took him out of the game. Put 33 in.
Evan Honeycutt. And not quite sure who hit that 3. Three to 2 is your score. Just getting started here. 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Marshall Tully try to get it into John Salmons was the one that hit that 3 on the Tulsa end. But the pass was stolen here on the other away from Scott, and Tulsa can't connect on the jump shot. A nice job by Belcher of looking down the court for Tully, but he can't finish it.
Yeah, it was a good way to thread the needle by Jesse, keeping his eyes up the floor all the time. We talk about it. That's what a true point guard does.
Now back here on the other end, 23, Morgan Stacy getting it out to number 10, Austin Brewer. Now 21, Terry Davis. He had 12 points in the last game. Now we got, as you can hear, Dad, he lost his dribble, and Tully capitalizing on the errant pass. He tried to just throw the ball up floor to Dave Ward. He was open for a split second. By the time Tully was able to gather his balance, that hole closed real quick. And we had the turnover back over to the Tulsa Rebels.
Back into yet another sloppy game early, ain't it, Tony?
It's not what Kingery wanted to start out with. But Dave Ward, nice defense there, preventing the entry pass into 10 Brewer. It's now 55. John Salmons, the name of the year so far.
Yeah, I like it.
I know there's one other cool guy named John.
Well, Tony, that's what they called me growing up when I was real little. It's my cousins. That's what they branded me with.
Number 23 there, Morgan Stacy with the basket, 6-2.
Just for the record, I no longer go by that. I've been called a lot of things, but not that.
Actually, that was another 3, so it's 6-2. As Scott's down by 4, and here we go. Nice pump fake there by 23. Morgan Stacy. And the shot goes back rim. Going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Marshall Tully of the Skyhawks. So the ball will stay with Tulsa. And Coach Kangaroo is going to circle the wagons and gather the troops up and give them some instruction here, as he don't like how things are starting out, understandably so. And Matt Dolan's going to come in for his first action. One of the reigning WVSN players of the game. And again, your score here is 6-2 early on. Not the pace. I mean, Scott's, they got some couple good looks, but unable to capitalize. And they're doing a decent job on defense. They've just, slipped up and gave up 2 big threes.
Well, yeah, one of them was off the inbound. That's the ones that frustrate you. It was a real quick pass to the corner. Nobody rotated over, and the guy was able to put the ball in the basket. But, offensively, Tony, they got to get sharper. You got to be crisper with your passes. I understand that their philosophy is to, bang it inside. But if he ain't open, throw it to another guy, let him get a different angle before you just try to throw it through a guy.
And back, John Salmon's not able to connect on the 3. Tulsa letting Scott know earlier they're going to let it rain or let it fire it up from deep. As Dave Ward goes in, kicks out, nice kick out to Matt Dolan. He hits the long 2.
I think initially when he caught that, Tony, he was behind the 3-point line and he shot.
Now Dolan with the steal.
Bringing a little energy off that bench, don't he, Tony?
He sure does. He's only a sophomore, so he's got a lot of upside left. He's got 2 more years for Coach Kingery to get out of him. We know Kingery will get the maximum out of his players.
Him and Schaefer, both Schaefer's back in the lineup tonight. I think he only set 1 game, but the last time we were here we didn't see him due to a wrist injury.
Yeah, that's right. He did not participate in that Hoover game. As Dolan got the start, I believe, and that's why Dolan was player of the game for Chapmanville, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
He came off the bench in that game. So, yeah, it was the Herbert Hoover game where Will Schaefer was out. Good recollection.
I just made a list of them the other day. The only reason I know.
Dave Ward hitting the 3, his first attempt. And that's got to give the young man confidence. And you were saying, John, before the game that, we haven't seen him go off yet. Now here he comes up with the steal. Give it to Matt Dolan, back to Dave Ward. Nice pass down low to Tully, but it's swatted away by Austin Brewer. And Harmon keeping the ball alive. And last touch by Tulsa. And Harmon, the extra effort paying off. The Scott will get it back with 3:03 left in the first quarter, up 7-6. Their first lead of the game. And then comes another sophomore, number 22, Cody Brown.
He's a freshman.
Freshman, even better.
He's logged quite a few minutes for Kingery than some of the previous games we've done.
Yeah, I know he loses Ward and Harmon, but he returns 4 backcourt role players, significant players next year. And if Mr. Brown for 4 years, they got to be excited about that.
Talking to the assistant coaches, they really liked his upside.
Dave Ward not able to connect on that 3. Harmon keeping it alive, can't finish. Ward with the putback, no good. And the rebounds gathered up by Salmons, Virgil Salmons. Now John Salmons. Back to Virgil. Now back to John. That's a big man setting the screen, and he's going to get rewarded with the jump shot, and he hits it.
Yep. That looked good. Textbook, pick and roll.
Pick and roll, left wide open. Caught Scott sleeping on the rotation. Tully back over to Cody Brown. He'll fire up a long 2, and that's twice now. They've just been inches away from the line.
Man, that one was so close, Tony, from being behind the line.
And Scott showing a little pressure here. Number 15, Brandon Clark. Brought the ball up there for Tulsa. He got the pass over to 21, Morgan Stacy. Terry Davis. And he will be rewarded with 2 free throw attempts. Next on the first.
I'll tell you, Tony, the pace of this game, it's a little slower than what we saw in in the past. The past few games that we've done, or past couple of weeks. Seen a lot of teams like to get up and down the floor. Definite contrasting styles here tonight.
We went from watching Chris Thomas, the number 4 player in the country in the sophomore class, to watching the number 24 team in the nation.
Yep.
But still great basketball, man. I don't prefer watching this basketball because this is offensive set. They play the zone. I mean, they play defense. Every possession counts, and there's just always a lot of emotion in these games. They're so fun to watch. And Weston Harmon saying, "No, sir, Mr. Virgil Salmons, not in this place." And he's going to get it here on the other end. Oh, wow. Woo! Top 10 play nominee.
No doubt.
That ball disappeared around his hip for a good 3 seconds. I didn't know what was going on right there.
That blew my mind. I thought he was getting ready to travel, Tony.
And that gives Scott back the lead at 11-10 with just under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Virgin Salmons, this John. You try to get out to Virgil. He literally just pushed Matt Dolan out of the way with that bigger frame. And look at the big man penetrating and kicking it over to 15, Brandon Clark for the basket. I tell you what, Virgil Salmons, he's got some agility out there. I'm impressed.
Yeah, he does, Tony. I'd say he plays football. What do you think?
I want to say starting left guard.
Yeah, he's done a couple ladder drills.
He knows that sled. That's got to no travel. And Harmon. And Coach Hatfield not happy over there. And the clock's still ticking at 12, 11, 10, now 9. Better get it up the floor. 4, 3. Shot up, no good. 2, 1. Cody Brown can't get the shot off. And at the end of the first quarter, it's 13-12. The Skyhawks up by 1. Hatfield's down here begging and pleading. But there's only one foul by each team. They're letting them play. So it's going to be a little physical by the looks of it, though. We'll see if he's going to get a couple makeup calls here because he's dropping the BS on the refs. That's not going to get you many brownie points with the officials there. But sometimes the ref will just give you one just so you'll get off his case.
Yeah, that, and then he'll turn right around and tee you up next time. You say something, he's like, "I already gave you one. So get off my back."
He kind of looked at him like, he's like, "Did he just say what I think he just said?" I'll let it slide. And again, that was Harmon there getting that last point. But we're going to be right back here with the second quarter of action. And at the end of the first one, it's 13-12 in favor of the Skyhawks over the Tulsa Rebels.